Sir LGRMD, oh my God, we're back trapping again. I've sort of developed a new way to look at ultrasound abdomen. I used to kind of do it in a very clunky format where I'd pull up the images, I'd start reading what the sonographer wrote, and I'd go through a template, template-driven workflow. But what I don't like about that is that we don't think like a template. A template is sort of a digital way to think. The liver, the pancreas, the spleen, the kidneys. That's not how we think. We think in a flow. We talk about things in a flow of information. That's the most useful and most straightforward and most beautiful way, really, to exchange information. Kind of getting a nice flow of information going. And, every sonographer is different. Some sonographers do the liver first. Some sonographers do other things first. Some sonographers put the aorta and IVC first. Sometimes they put the pancreas first. And I always used to have this feeling that, well, I have to say what the sonographer's thinking and then what I'm thinking. And then I just sort of cut through all that, and I was like, you know what? As a radiologist, I interpret the images. And so I have a really straightforward and very fast and efficient way of dictating ultrasounds now. I literally focus on the screen. I don't take my eyes off the screen for 1 second. I pull up the ultrasound. I don't even look at what the sonographer says. I do look at it at the end, but I don't look at it initially. I focus my attention on the images. And as the images are coming up, I just flip through each image and I just dictate exactly what I'm seeing on the image right into the findings. So, a lot of times the first few images is a pretty bad sonographic look at the pancreas. So I'll just say the visualized portions of the pancreas is unremarkable, And then kind of dealing with things like, sometimes I'll see an image of the portal vein and it's not necessarily a vascular ultrasound, but, again, it's just a practice of I'm just dictating what is seen on the screen. So I'll just dictate the portal vein is patent with a normal direction of flow, or, the IVC is patent on a color Doppler image, or the IVC is patent on color Doppler image with a normal spectral waveform. And, the liver is homogeneous. There's no liver masses. Basically, whatever I'm seeing, I'm dictating it. That's creating that flow. And it's only in that flow state can we really reach a peak efficiency. When we're doing this, kind of haphazard, scattered kind of, looking at the notes, looking at the template, okay, click to the right section. This is the pancreas. Click to the pancreas. Is the pancreas normal? Okay. Well, how do I put that into the template? Is there a pre-filled field? Sometimes people have something random and they're like liver echo texture, normal or not. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything to anybody. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm a radiologist, been doing this for several years. When I look at the liver, I'm looking at the liver. Is there a liver mass? Is there steatosis? A lot of times there is steatosis. So I'll just say, the liver is notable for liver evaluation, notable for presence of steatosis, or probable steatosis if I'm not sure. There's a mass in segment so-and-so, and when compared with previous CT scan from 3 years ago, the mass is likely to be a benign hemangioma, So again, the key I think is, like I said, I do come back and I'll look at the sonographer's notes at the end, and I'll try to look for discrepancies or try to kind of smooth those out. A lot of times my report will match exactly the sonographer's, but the key is, I think, creating that flow state. In radiology, you got to create that flow state. And I really do think the templates, as well-meaning as templates are, the templates get in the way of that flow state. What you want to do in order to get through these cases, get through that list, in order to kill that list efficiently, do it right, get cases off the list efficiently, read them correctly. You got to create that flow state, get into that flow state. Drink a cup of Starbucks coffee, get into that flow state, and then focus on the images and let the images tell you what to say. The images are being processed by your brain, and you are pushing that right through into the mic, and that's creating the report. And then my impression is literally a very succinct summary of anything decent, anything meaningful in the report and the findings makes its way into the impression. And that's also my chance to, be a little bit of an editorialist and say things like, come up with recommendations if I feel comfortable saying them. Now, be honest, as a radiologist, sometimes it's best to just put the information out there and let the clinician figure out what they want to do with it. But every now and then, I think we have a little bit to offer there in terms of management, disease management, especially myself as an interventionalist. I will put some little bits on disease management if it's a reasonable thing to say. So yeah, I'm having fun. I'm at it again. I'm grinding the list, back in the trap house. I'm trapping, every day to day. And life's good. And yeah, I'm just here getting into a flow, getting into a rhythm, and just knocking cases off the list and having fun with it. Stroke RMD.